and also in Europe. Therefore, a lot of our products have been established as well as accepted by most of the countries globally, and we are proud of that. But coming to the pharmaceutical field, we have 4 categories are there. Especially when you think about it, molecules to medicine. There they come, molecules to medicine. We are studying chemistry about the molecules. When molecules become medicine, there comes the role of a pharmaceutical scientist, especially the pharmacologist, the medicinal chemist, pharmaceutics, pharmaceutics, they work together to develop these molecules into the medicines. A lot of work, and so it takes time. And unfortunately, the discovery of new molecules are not taking place in India, but developments, the formulation developments, especially for the dosage form developments, are done nicely in India, and thanks to the contribution of pharmaceutics and biopharmaceutics scientists, and that's good. Therefore, once you get the molecules to the medicines, then comes the medicines to patients. When the medicines are going to patients, this chemical substance has to be transformed to dosage forms. That is done by the industry people. Where in industry pharmacy, we have a lot of pharmacists working behind the curtain. They are doing wonderful work of manufacturing medicines, quality control, regulatory aspects, everything is done there and is brought out. They are also distributed. Last comes to the distribution area pharmacist, where he dispenses the medicines. That last comes the medicine to patient to wellness. Patients, you see, molecules to medicine, medicine to patients, patients to wellness. There comes the role of a pharmacy practice, or the clinical pharmacists, hospital pharmacists, and community pharmacists work with other healthcare team so that the patients get wellness. Not only patients, we see the patients. When patients comes to hospitals or the pharmacy, our interest, our prarthana is to get them wellness. Wellness is to see that patients are given a right directions by patient counseling and the right directions from the doctors, nurses and pharmacists, so that they get the maximum benefit from the treatment. That's our duty. As a teamwork, doctors, nurses, pharmacists work together with the patients so that they attain the wellness at the earliest and discharge from the hospitals. The last role is in the pharmacy is the people to pharmacists. This is like National College, one among the leading college in North Kerala. It was established nearly 20 years back, I'm correct, 20 years back. It's a wonderful college. There's a lot of PG programs are there. Like this college, just know, they transform the raw students. After 12th, they maybe Pharm D or a B Pharm, they have been transformed into a pharmacist. Therefore, these pharmacy students, when it comes out, they should be competent pharmacists and also what you call as a global citizens. See, you should have values, ethics. Not only you have competency, if you are not having values, if you are not having that much what you call as human values or global citizenship, there's no use. Therefore, please see that you are when you graduated, along with the competency, you get from the teachers, from the role models, more values or more what you call as values of the things, so that you will be good citizens, global citizens, and you will be very effective questions. Now let me come to the last part. We have arranged this one, pharmaceutical horizon, new horizons in pharmaceutical industry. We pulled the 3 eminent pharmaceutical people. One is a pharmaceutical consultant. He's especially very much worked on. He has a lot of publications, a lot of preaching on quality by design. He will be talking today. He will be talking about artificial intelligence in pharmaceutical sciences, Dr. Ranjit. And also we have one known pharmaceutical scientist from Dabur, Dr. D.B. Narayana. D.B. Narayana sir, he is a well-known pharmaceutical scientist, especially worked from pharmaceutics. He has gone to herbal medicines and what you call as nutraceuticals. He has done a lot of work, and he's one of the top scientists in nutraceutical, and we are fortunate to have him here with us, and he is really accepted things. And also we have a core pharmaceutics fellow who has doing production on pharmaceuticals. Therefore, he will be talking about how we can have regulatory strategies in pharmaceutical manufacturing formulations. That's as he'll be talking about. These three people will be enlightening us, the young students and other faculty, in such a way that we have to have a mindset of our students going for the industry. Always when we had, especially IPA, when we had a discussion with the various colleges, the principals and faculty say that students are not interested to join faculty. And unfortunately, in this pharmacy of world, unfortunately in Kerala, you don't have much industry, except 5 or 6 industries, and that's a medium level industry, small scale industries, unable to appoint pharmacy graduates or unable to give training also. Therefore, IP has taken last year, we have taken steps to enroll 100 students from various colleges, give them training 1 month, 16 modules of training for them online, and also we got 1 month on hands-on training in Mylan Pharmaceuticals, Sterilines, and also Kerala State exam, like various. Because these students have got wonderful exposure. Yesterday also I got mail from students, I want to join industry, please suggest some industry. That mindset you should get it. So industry is actually, you get initially you will be finding difficulty because you have to go outside of Kerala or somewhere else. But after 2 or 3 years, we have examples of Dr. Narayana and also these people are there. Lakshmi is also there. They came to this level because initially they were getting less salary, but after that it can come. The sky is the limit. So please students, you have this conference arranged such a way that you should have a mindset to have a career in the pharma industry. Marketing, you can choose marketing, you can have quality assurance, regulatory things are there, and also production, research, so much scope. Therefore, please see that you get into it, at least few students, at least 10 students out of the group is getting into pharma industry, we will be much thankful. And I am much thankful to Dr. Sujit for arranging these things, and I hope that this today's deliberation by the 3 eminent pharmaceutical scientists will be much useful to us, and I am much thankful to all of you, and hope today's deliberation will carry some message home. Thank you very much. And
thank you, sir. Here comes the most awaited inaugural session of the ceremony. We are about to commence our event by lighting the lamp of wisdom and knowledge. This is a symbolic moment that signifies dispelling darkness and lightening thoughts and enlightenment. It's our honor to invite Dr. Ranjit Barshikar to do the honors. Welcome, sir. I would like to invite Mr. Shaji Varghese, Assistant Drug Control. Sorry. Now I would like to invite Dr. Ranjit Darshika for the inaugural speech.
Good morning, friends. It's my great pleasure to be with you all first time in Kerala for a pharmacy college visit. I have traveled globally to 70 countries with several colleges, visited several conferences. The first time to the Kerala in last 52 years of my career. So it's a great pleasure, and I really commend the principal, the IPA president, the drug controller of Kerala state to organize such a beautiful program and a very good subject for all of us to learn here, understand here the whole industry, the development of the industry till today, what is happening. And I'm sure it will definitely encourage you to work better from the perspective of the industry, and we would like to see you as a industry friendly students coming in, because we always see a lot of gap between the universities and the industry requirement. So this kind of conferences will definitely help to bridge that gap, and I'm very sure the principal and IPA as well as the drug controller of Kerala state is definitely going to help all of you here to encourage you to be more and more from industry perspective. If somebody wants to be entrepreneur, I would support first any one of you. So it is always good, and I remember when I met Dr. Abdul Kalam personally. We had one-to-one 30 minutes meeting in Delhi, and when he also visited Ranbaxy days, when I was a global head there, to inaugurate R&D center, and that time he told our chairman that I want to talk to your quality person, and quality person in person, one-to-one talk, and we don't want you, the MD, chairman or anybody to be there. So everybody was suddenly tensed. What he is going to ask, what he is going to talk to Mr. Ranjit Darshika. So even I was completely puzzled. The first time I was getting exposed to him, and no problem. So I was very much nervous also in between, and first thing he asked, putting his hand on my shoulder, that when you take any decision in your company, you think of whom? Business, cost, or you think about what? I don't know, but I suddenly answered to him that, sir, we take decision in the interest of patients, nothing else. And he just patted me back, and then he gave me one excellent advice there, which I want to share with all of you here. He asked that we are in this room, Mr. Darshika, what do you learn from this room? Now again, I was trumped. I was just aghast to hear his question, unexpected question. But he explained to me everything. He said that what the ceiling of the room teaches you to think high and high and high. Don't stop your thinking, limiting yourself to this room only. Right? What the air conditioning system teaches you to keep cool and composed all the time while taking any critical decision. Whether you are in the company, whether you are at home, whether you are with your relatives or friends in society. Always keep cool and composed. don't give sharp reactions. What the door teaches you, the door tells us to push your thinking hard, move ahead with your goal without afraid or without any feeling about anybody or getting fear of anybody. Achieve your goal by keeping cool and composed. So many things he was teaching, and it was so helpful to me as well, because Ranbaxy was comparatively tough company, Narayana knows it, and aggressive organization. And to be at one of the top 20 executives in the company, you have to be extremely good, big responsibility, knowledgeable. At the same time, whatever you are learning from your colleges as a theory, let it be initially theory, but as you grow, you are going with the practical experiences to be used for the right purposes. And that's how we grew from shop floor chemist to the highest position in the company. So though it took almost 50 years to reach that level, but then we have to have a steady growth and sincerity, most sincerity, and without hurting anybody, helping others if they request you. No problem, always help others. It always gives a good satisfaction among ourselves. So with these few words, I wish all of you a best in your career. I wish all of you best in industry experience, and even I would love to see several of you as an entrepreneur and start your own industry, whatever type it is. To begin with, startups, small companies, it takes several years to grow. And so nowadays we are hearing or reading so many news about youngsters growing up beyond 100 crores in 10 years period with their hard work as a startup, as an entrepreneur. So I would love to see that kind of temperament, that kind of energy in all of you. So with these few words, I close this inaugural address. Thank you very much, Doctor, for inviting me. Thank you very much, Dr. Jaishankar. Thank you very much, Dr. Shaji, for inviting me here. I really appreciate. Thank you to all of you for having patient listening. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Shaji Varghese, Assistant Drug Controller, Drug Control Department, Calicut, Government of Kerala, for the keynote address.
President of this function, Dr. Jaishankar, our chief guest, Dr. Ranjit, Dr. Narayana, Dr. Lakshisha, invited members of the faculty, invited guests, fellow pharmacists from the academics, community, hospital settings, and my dear student friends. A very good morning to you all. At the outset, let me express my gratitude to the management and faculty members of National College of Pharmacy, as well as the office bearers of IPA Kerala State Branch, for giving me an opportunity to be with you today in this function. As you are aware, the theme of this National Pharmacy Week, this year's National Pharmacy Week, is focused on patient safety. The role of the pharmacist in the healthcare system has undergone a sea change over the past decades, and the pharmacist of today is accepted as an integral part of the healthcare team, collaborating with other professionals for improved patient safety. The duties now extend beyond the realm of drug dispensing into cutting-edge activities in manufacturing, medication management, health economics, big data handling, and even vaccine development. As you are aware, the role of the pharmacist in ensuring patient safety is the key theme of this NPW, and the most visible and socially appreciated image of the pharmacist is that of a caregiver in the community or the hospital settings. And in this context, it is imperative that the pharmacist of today is fine-tuned and conscious of the changes which take place in the day-to-day activities. And we have to update our science and mode of practice through continuous professional learning and enrichment. In this context, it is heartening to know that IPA Kerala State Branch has taken on the task of imparting professional education and training to pharmacists in the state and public sector. On behalf of the Drugs Control Department of State of Kerala and on my personal behalf as a pharmacist, I sincerely wish that the organizers of this conference are able to spread the message of the vital role played by the pharmacists in ensuring patient safety. Thank you. On and off.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome Ms. Manju C.S., Associate Professor, College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Government Medical College, Calicut, to propose the vote of thanks.
A warm and graceful morning to Dr. P. Jayasekhar, President, IPA Kerala State Branch, Dr. Ranjit Varshikar, our Chief Guest, Dr. Shaji M. Varghese, Assistant Drugs Controller, Kozhikode, Dr. Ananda Narayana, Dr. Lakshmisha, Dr. Sujit Verma, other dignitaries on and off the dais, students, faculties, and all delegates. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of all those who put their efforts to make this event possible. I, on behalf of IPA Kerala State Branch and the entire fraternity of this institution, extend my sincere thanks to Dr. P. Jayasekhar, who is spending his valuable time for uplifting and molding the profession of pharmacy. Sir, your thoughts and vision definitely encourage us and students. Thank you so much, sir, for coming all the way from Trivandrum. I also want to thank Dr. Ranjit Varshikar, our chief guest, for the active participation in the event. Sir, your deep and intellectual way of imparting knowledge glorified this event. Thank you so much. Let me express our gratitude to Dr. Shaji M. Varghese, Assistant Drugs Controller, Kozhikode, for giving an excellent coverage to the theme. Thank you, sir. I must mention our deep sense of gratitude to our resource persons, Dr. D.B. Ananda Narayana and Dr. Lakshmisha, for the presence here. Thank you so much, sir. I should mention our appreciation and gratitude to Dr. Sujit Verma, Principal, National College of Pharmacy, for organizing the function in a grand manner. Thank you, sir. An event like this cannot happen overnight. Let me express deep gratitude on behalf of IPA Kerala State Branch to all faculty, students, and staff of National College of Pharmacy. Thank you so much. On behalf of IPA Kerala State Branch and National College of Pharmacy, let me express thanks to all delegates, fellow pharmacists, and all who present here. Thank you so much. Once again, our gratitude to all. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am. As we set out on this intellectual journey, we hope that the session will offer all attendees a plethora of insights, enable fruitful interactions, and inspire fresh perspectives about the topic at hand. Thank you all.
Now we are entering the first session of today's conference. Moving from illness to wellness, centric healthcare role of nutraceuticals and pharmacists. I feel so excited to say that we are going to hear it from Dr. Ananda Narayana, DB, CSO, Ayurveda Trust and Chair EC, Nutra FSSA. the right resource person for this topic. Welcome, sir. I would also like to welcome the chair for this session, Manju CS, Associate Professor, College of Pharmaceutical Science, Government Medical College, Calicut, to introduce our eminent speaker of the day. With much respect, over to you, ma'am.
It's a PDF version, that's why.
You can move from
Yeah, yes, yes.
I will move from here. Don't worry. I can start? She will introduce. Okay.
One second. She will introduce you.
No problem. No problem. I'll stand here.
Once again, good morning to all. Let food be your medicine and medicine be your food. Nowadays, there is an increased global interest in nutraceuticals that plays a major role in health enhancement. There is difference in the terms between nutraceuticals, dietary supplements, and food. Nutraceuticals are food or component of food that can provide health and medicinal benefits like prevention and treatment of disease. Nutraceuticals are different from functional food, what we are normally consumed in the diet. Dietary supplements are ingestible and purposefully added to diet for health benefits but not necessarily derived from food. Nutraceuticals are biologically active phytochemicals with biological function derived only from food. Today we have an eminent researcher with us to speak about nutraceuticals and how they contribute to our wellness and health. Let me introduce Dr. D.P. Anandanarayana, CSO, Ayurveda Trust and Chair, EC Nutra, FSSAI. Dr. D.P. Anandanarayana, an alumnus of Government College of Pharmacy, Bangalore, is a pharmaceutical scientist with over 40 years of experience in research and development. He is the recipient of Eminent Pharmacist Award of Indian Pharmaceutical Association in 2007. He has worked in both pharmaceutical industry and food industry apart from leading research and development on botanicals and Ayurvedic products. He has contributed to monograph development of botanicals in IP. He championed regulations for notification of phytopharmaceuticals as well as nutraceuticals regulations in India. Demonstration of reverse pharmacology approach with commercially successful products has been his forte, apart from leading research for several anti-cancer drugs first time in India. He was the managing trustee of Delhi Pharmaceutical Trust, through which he led a number of projects related to storage of drugs, pictorial labeling, patient information leaflets preparation and distribution, printing of safe use of medicines information on envelopes used in chemist shop, All India Survey of Consumer Perceptions of Pharmacists and several other projects. He currently chairs committees in Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission and in Food Safety and Standards Authority.
Full screen hapo.
For his contributions, he has been awarded IRF IPA Lifetime Achievement Award in 2021. On behalf of all delegates, let me invite Dr. D.V. Ananda Narayana to the podium to handle the session. With utmost humility and respect to his contributions. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
मातृभ्यो नमः, पितृभ्यो नमः, गुरुभ्यो नमः, आचार्येभ्यो नमः, सर्वदेवताभ्यो नमः. I bow my head to all of you. I'm very happy to be present here to share a bit of learning that I have been gaining and to take and expose the future pharmacists, future entrepreneurs, future industrialists from the College of Pharmacy here and from many other colleges of pharmacy in Kerala who have assembled today. And it's a journey that's continuing. And therefore, I would like to expose you to this area and tell you what all horizons you can think of, and each one of you can think of how you can set up your own small industry or an entrepreneurial ability in this area. So the topic that I want to tell you would be moving from illness-centric to wellness-centric healthcare. Pharmaceutical industry is primarily focused on illness. We provide drugs, diagnostics, devices, and many other things that are required to take care of health when somebody is already sick. But globally, there is a movement in the last 1 decade or little around 15 years that people want to take care of their health for various reasons in addition to going to a doctor or taking medicines. So there is a shift in the thinking of people, not just in India but globally, including developed countries, that I would like to go to the doctor only when I am seriously sick and not when I want to take care of my own health. So there is this shift happening. So what is driving that, making in even pharmaceutical industry sit up and look into this area? New chemical entities or new drugs coming has reduced a lot. Cost of bringing a new drug approved from US FDA or European authority or TGA Australia or Japanese or any other authority is going on and on and on. And I have forgotten the numbers that we talk of today. People talk about 920 billion US dollars worth of drugs. And even after getting a drug approved, failures in phase 4 have also increased a lot. Severe approved drugs had either to be withdrawn or restrictions imposed on that. One drug had come into the market after so much of work to treat migraine, and it was found that 10 people committed suicide because they took this drug. It was directly linked to that drug. Already you are suffering from migraine, you take this drug, it induces a suicidal tendency. So there are a lot of problems happening. Cost of healthcare has gone up and all of you are aware of that. I don't need to give examples. Difficulty in getting healthcare access has also become high. Everybody wants to go to tier 3 hospitals. Government hospitals have their problems. Primary healthcare centers have their limitations. People think of so many things, so they are spending more and more. And more number of adverse drug reactions are getting reported, and therefore a consumer is not very happy with what drugs. And awareness because of the social media and other aspects about diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, chronic problems, arthritis and headaches, severe back pains, so many other recurring acute problems have all been increasing. And there is a recognition that if I am not well, I will lose my productivity. I will have to apply for leave. I cannot go to my college to take my classes. I cannot go to my industry. I cannot go to my shop to sell medicines. Productivity is lost, and loss of jobs and stress on the family. Everything is going up. And therefore, consumers today don't want to become patients, and therefore they want to maintain. Somebody who is generally okay, he feels or she feels, I want to be better. Somebody who is generally fine, how can I be better and produce more? And how can I improve my performance? So therefore, there is a lot of change happening, and people are also not depending on only synthetically produced drug industry or pharmaceutical based approach, but they are also looking at traditional medicines today. Awareness about homeopathy, Ayurveda, Unani has increased. People are open in mind to use them, and therefore there is this shift happening. What is the scenario? Before 1994, everybody, whether it is a doctor, pharmacist or anybody, used to know only two things: foods and drugs. Foods and drugs. But post 1994, this continuum, the word is continuum, is like a rubber band. It has got stretched. On one end there is food, on the other end there is drugs, but in between have become paramedicines, nutraceutical and supplements, medical foods have come up, and drugs. And within the nutraceuticals area, you have got nutraceuticals, you have got supplements, you have got foods specifically for dietary use, foods specifically for medical purposes, that is FSMP. Foshu is a word which is Japanese and Chinese use, which says food specific for health use, for specific health use. And there are novel foods. You make a novel food that takes care of your health. So the rubber band has got stretched out. Today it's no longer just foods and drugs. And like what you said, food be thy medicine. Food be thy medicine was known in our ancient documented evidence-based traditional knowledge. It was called Anna, Annaushadhi and Aushadhi. Anna is food, diet, whatever we eat. Annaushadhi, food itself can give you a medicinal benefit when it is small types of problems. And Aushadhi at the other end. Just to give you an example, all of you must have taken pepper rasam. You must have taken pepper rasam. Otherwise I would recommend, please go and make pepper rasam and drink. Whenever your nose is blowing too much and you have a headache, you are about to get fever, you don't need any paracetamol, you don't need any drug. Make pepper rasam and eat it with hot condition with rice. Next day morning you can go back to your work. The pepper rasam has such strong immunity and anti-allergenic kind of activity that you bounce back and the rhinitis just stops. So food is being used as medicine. Otherwise, you just enjoy pepper rasam, either you drink a rasam or you enjoy it with your rice. But at certain times, it works like a medicine. So this continuum was known and documented. Food be thy medicine is a statement that Western medical systems talked in about 150 years ago, but our ancient knowledge documentation is 5,000 years old. So the knowledge was there, but nobody was exploring that. And for example, there are Brihatrayi, three large books, Charak Samhita, Sushruta Samhita, Bhava Prakash, Laghutrayi, the next one, Bhava Mishra, Madhava Nidana, like that. There are 3 books, and they are all documenting a large number of food as medicine and the serious medicines. This led to a outside the box thinking, and as usual, United States takes the lead in this. In 1994, United States of America brought out a law called Dietary Supplement and Health Education Act that permitted American citizens to consume anything that they are good for their own health maintenance without the need of an FDA approving such products. Otherwise, till 1994, everything had to go through FDA review. It would take anywhere from 10 to 15 years, huge amount of data and all. But the government opened up because the cost of healthcare was going up, and therefore they thought if people can maintain their health by exercise, by diet control, by taking herbs, by taking vitamins, minerals, enzymes, probiotics, prebiotics, a number of other things which are all part of our food, and I can keep taking them together and I can maintain my health. So food for specific health use is a section that coined in this DSHEA, and Japan followed it immediately, China followed it immediately. India took much longer time because our traditional medicine was already strong. We have Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha and homeopathy in India, so it did not get much attention. However, many people including me worked with the government of India and consumer bodies and scientists for almost 10 years to convince the government that there is a need to create this new category of nutraceutical and supplements. And in 2016, the regulation of foods was modified. It all happened because India itself was thinking of changing. Before 2007, India had 26 regulations that regulated food. It was all confusing. 26 regulations. The main regulation was called Prevention of Food Adulteration Act. You are preventing, not positive thinking. All of them was removed, and a new act the government brought in called Food Safety and Standards Act. So just safety and standards. Under that, 2016, the notification was made on nutraceuticals, which got amended because of demand from industry and scientists in 2017. From 2018, this regulation is in force. It has undergone a major revision again, and I think very soon we will see a comprehensively reviewed nutraceutical regulations. Oh, sorry, I touched the white.
Because it's when you sleep.
Oh, sorry, it went to sleep. Oh, I must keep moving it. Okay. So, so the new comprehensive regulation is about to get under final notification. Anybody who wants to read this notification, please visit FSSAI website. You can download the complete regulation. And what are supplements? Supplements are broadly vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, prebiotics, probiotics, botanicals and their concentrates, herbs and their concentrates. Nutraceuticals are primarily from botanical concentrates, but more so purified compounds or fractionated compounds. Suppose, to give you an example, you take tomato is a food, you make tomato powder, you make tomato concentrate and powder it by freeze drying or spray drying and put it in a capsule, it will be a supplement. But you isolate lycopene or lycopene concentrated purified fraction you make, that would become a nutraceutical, because you have taken out what is known to be the bioactive principle from tomato. So examples can be large numbers like that. And what this led to, so this says, the regulation says, for these kind of products they can be offered, and very important for pharmacy students, you can make a granule, you can make a powder, you can make a liquid, you can make a syrup, you can make a gel, you can make it into a tablet, you can make it into a cup, capsules, and other for oral administration, including special foods which can be fed through the tube. There is a patient and he needs food. He is not able to take the food, and you can't keep him alive just by giving medicines only. And therefore, in such cases, supplements and nutraceutical concepts can be fed. They are all permitted. But injections are not permitted, and externally applied products are not covered under this. And these products can be taken before food, after food, or along with food. So it depends on, as per the directions for the particular product or particular ingredient, and it can be different for different age people, gender, and duration can also be. Some may be required for long period, some may be short period. And it does not include Ayurvedic medicines, narcotic drugs, psychotropic drugs, and does not include anything which is a genetically modified organism based So what are the categories under this? I am touching these parts because, as our president of chief guest of today said, I want to see more entrepreneurs coming from Kerala. I will give you some thoughts at the end of my talk. What if some of you can join together and become an entrepreneur? So therefore this knowledge is very important. You can make a product single ingredient or multiple ingredient, and they can be licensed or called under health supplements. You can make nutraceutical. I have told you the difference between a supplement and a nutraceutical. You can make a specialty food. You know, I gave you an example of pepper rasam. Similarly, there can be a number of foods which you help to take care of certain diseases or disorders only through diet route, only through food. Like say, I want to do my weight management. Today people have difficulty in sleeping. Either they take too much time to sleep or they don't get enough sleep. The REM nidra, the REM level of depth of sleep you don't. So your productivity next day goes difficult. So you want to make some kind of a powder or a mix or a shake or put into a milk and drink to improve sleep. Those kind of foods are called FSDUs, specialty food for diets. They need more stamina, their stress level have to go down, muscles performance should be better, their skeletal system should be stronger, their mind ability to concentrate should be higher. You can make sports person foods. Then there are specific medical purpose. These are not drugs. They are dietary foods to manage specific medical conditions, and they can be for specific disorders or diseases, and that has to be written on the label of such products, and such products will need to be specifically taken under medical advice. Either a medical professional or a dietitian or a healthcare advisor should support and prescribe or advise how to take, how much to take, how long to take, all those details. These kind of products you can make with prebiotics. You know, prebiotics are primarily fibers that go into the gut and they swell there and they promote bacteria, good bacteria to be growing in the gut, which is very, very important to maintain our health. And that is important. And with probiotics, probiotics means microbiology, microbes, which are all good bacteria that are responsible for giving specific health benefits. They need to colonize within the gut when you take them. All of us eat curds, tayir sadam, sapdanga. What is it, tayir sadam? It's all lot of probiotics. And if you make your own curd in your house, you have 18 different microbes. You buy a marketed crowd, you might have only 2 microbes. There's a huge difference. So I would support, please make curds at your home every day. Kerala is very well known. Don't buy only ready-made curds. They may not give you all the bacteria. And each house will have different combination of bacteria because of your own environment. And they are good for you. They are personalized probiotic products for you and your family. An industry produced this for mass, it may not need. I'm not talking against industrial curds, but just trying to bring the difference. So probiotics has become top focus for researchers today in the food industry, in the pharma industry. Pharma industry in India 20 years ago, 15 years ago started adding probiotics to all antibiotic capsules, because the moment you take antibacterial antibiotics, your gut bacteria also gets destroyed. So I am going to give you back. So they will put some yeast, they will put some bacillus subtilis, they will put some Saccharomyces. That kind of thought has come. Now probiotics, please mark my words, in the next 5 years you will find one probiotic researcher would get Nobel Prize. That's the level at which studies are going on today. The interaction of probiotics to maintain not just gut health of digestion, but brain health is becoming very, very big. And there is studies coming out all through the food route, not through the drug route. That's the difference that I am trying to tell you. So to support this entrepreneur ability, government has done already huge amount of safety assessment of ingredients and nutraceuticals, and they provide you a ready-made list of what all you can use in your products. So schedule 1, it lists out all safe vitamins and their derivatives, minerals, amino acids, nucleotides. Only difference is anything above 1 recommended daily allowance, RDA, higher quantity you make in your product, it will become a drug, but equal to 1 RDA or below that, it will be under food regulation. Schedule 2 is list of botanicals. These botanicals are drawn from a huge array of history of safe use documentation, both in Ayurveda, other countries' knowledge, global knowledge, etc. And the list gives you botanical name, colloquial name, which part of the plant to use, how much grams of that as a decoction, as an infusion, as a powder, as a churna you can use, those are given. So you can formulate a product containing 1 or more of these botanicals which are listed in the plant. And then their aqueous extracts you can use, their aqueous ethanolic extracts can be used, and if you formulate like a good pharmacist, you don't want to give 3 grams of one herb. I make an extract, extractive value is 20%, 3 grams reduced to few milligrams, from 400 milligram. 300 milligram you can easily formulate in a capsule, tablet. If it is soluble and a good taste, you can even make a very nice palatable syrup or a liquid or a gel. So when you do that, you have to comply with the limits, and you cannot use fractionated extracts. They are out of the purview, because the moment you fractionate, extrapolatability of history of use is gone. Extrapolatability means what? In traditional medicine, everybody boils and makes a decoction and tea and filters and then drinks that. So that is known, that's a safety profile is known. But if you fractionate that, you are either taking away some compound or you are creating some new compounds. So their safety is not known, so therefore they are not permitted. But innovation you can do. Suppose you fractionate for any reason, you can always produce safety data of that and apply to Foods Authority. They have a committee, they will evaluate and they can give you a license. And in Schedule 3, nutraceuticals, there is Part A, which are fractions or pure compounds, very clearly explained. Ginseng extract, clearly said. Standardized to ginsenosides, so much percentage. Maximum so much milligram to so many milligrams of such an extract is listed. So you can formulate a product containing such. Then there are a list which are purified compounds, like I said, lycopene, Bixin, lutein, astaxanthin, xanthine, so many compounds are there, purified compounds. They are also listed. Then there are the list of enzymes that you can use to improve digestion or specific performance, and there are other nutrients. So there is similarly a list of prebiotics and a list of probiotics, and then there is a list of permitted additives for various categories. Because it is a food, you are not having the freedom like a pharmacist to use any excipient or any pharmaceutical aid. Because it is a food, lot of it is being used in an unsupervised way, except FSMP, where a medical practitioner or somebody is supervising and you are taking a product. So there is a standard list of additives for each category, and you can use only that. And if there is a limit for the quantity of that additive, that also you have to comply with. Hey, what is this? You have bound my hand. I have some beautiful idea coming from a plant in Kerala. I want to produce a product. No, you are allowed. So there is a regulation called non-specified food and food ingredient. Non-specified food and food ingredient means they are not listed in the schedule and their standards have not been published by the food authority, you can make a dossier, apply to the food authority saying, I have this new ingredient, I have this new supplement, I have this new thing, give me an approval. They will be reviewed based on safety, quality and other requirements, and they would give an approval. And I am involved in one such expert committee called ECNSF, and we review a lot of applications, both Indian and those importers. Number of people want to import an ingredient not so known in India, and we do review, and either we ask them additional data, we ask them additional information, or if everything is fine, the government is recommended to give approval. And what about claims? How can I make a nutraceutical and supplement and without claiming, how can I do that? So there are regulations. You cannot make drug-like claims. Cures so-and-so problem, cures diabetes, cures blood pressure, no. Or treats, those kind of treatment, cure, mitigation, which are all drug definition you can't make. Content claims you can make. My product contains this botanical or this probiotic, this vitamin, this much, how much, higher, lower, and general health benefit claims like it helps or it supports based on scientific data of that ingredient, you can make those claims. Organ specific health claims cannot be made unless they are priorly approved by the authority. Approved claims list. The government food authority, after a lot of scientific review, has found that there is good data. So they have said regular consumption of calcium strengthen bones. Pre-approved claim you can make. Saturated fatty acids are good for this. Omega-3 fatty acids are good for heart. Like that, pre-approved statements are there. If your product contains that ingredient in that level, you can make that claim. You don't need any pre-approval for that. You can make strong health benefit claims also, provided you get an approval from the food authority. For that, all you have to do is, again like NSF, you apply to the authority, give a dossier of what is your composition, what content, etc. and then what all either published or your own studies are there, in vitro, in vivo, human intervention study, clinical trials, or published systematic review of that nutrient. You provide them and say, based on this I want to make this claim. They will review, and if they find it is okay, they will give you a statement which you can make a claim. Disease risk reduction. People want to make this claim. You keep taking this, you will not get this problem. Disease risk reduction. It's a very strong drug-like claim. Even drugs don't have this claim, but in the food area, DRR claims are more popular. Because that's the way people want to know. Na? If I keep taking garlic, will my cholesterol level be controlled? If I keep taking so much of tulsi every day, will I not fall sick? Will my immunity go up? Prevent a disease happening. These are claims. Disease risk reduction. They need prior approval by the authority. It doesn't mean that authority will not give approval, but they would look at the data for that. And there are specific procedures, as I explained to you. So what's the opportunity for pharmacists? Front-end practicing pharmacists, community pharmacists, they can play a big role in explaining to the patients and to people whom they meet the benefit of taking proper diet, proper kind of nutraceuticals or supplements or vitamins and minerals, and how it will help them to maintain their health. And especially PharmD students, they are trained more to give these kind of patient-oriented, consumer-oriented informations, and they can also provide this kind of health maintenance information to doctors, so they can play the bridge between the doctor and the patient, doctor and the consumer. This is a big role coming, and I'm not seeing days far off. In Bangalore, I've already seen two things happen. One is there are nutritionists who are setting up their clinics. They are not doctors, they are nutrition science people. They are setting up a clinic. People are going, paying them money to get advice about what kind of diet and nutrition I should take so that I don't fall sick. And secondly, I am a diabetic, I am a blood pressure patient, I am an arthritis patient, what kind of things I should do. Another thing is happening is few pharmacy chemist outlets have set up a small room in which a pharmacist is sitting there, and people are going and asking questions about more drugs that have been prescribed and also the kind of food products that they want to take. I want to take this, what can I take to maintain a better control on my blood sugar? I am taking metformin already, but still I get into problem. So there are various nutritious products, various herbs that can be added, various prebiotics. Somebody always have a digestion problem, gas. Somebody wants to know, can I take a prebiotic? What is a prebiotic? How much I should take? So that kind of information are not there, and people will be ready to pay for that. Today, a lot of people do only Google, and please don't quote me outside this room, Google is garbage. A lot of it is put by people like me or uneducated people also, so you get carried away. Unless they are scientifically reviewed and put, there are such websites for pharmacies, drugs.com. You can go to such, there are medicine.com. There are many sites available. I'm sure your professors will tell you a list of such, where you get authentic, scientifically evaluated information. But a lot of data available on Google is not very authentic. So here will be a chemist or a pharmacist sitting there who will either refer to such data or is knowledgeable and will give you right information. This is happening already. 20 years ago, people like Jai Shekhar and myself, we used to fight. People should be made to pay a small fee to a chemist when they dispense a drug. The government brought a law. Till today it cannot be enforced. Nobody is ready to pay. But today consumers are ready to pay. Why? I don't want to go and stand in the queue with a doctor who will prescribe me 10 diagnostic tests. 4 days I will be moving from one test agency to the other. I will get a big 20-page report. I ask my doctor, he will not explain, he or she will not explain what does this peak mean, what does this milligram mean. They will just give, and then they will create a fear in you. People want information, and first is Google. If they don't get, whom to go? You are the guys, pharmacists. So you can take up a career to give drug information, dietary information and health information. Very easy. Lot of it is taught. Only if you change your mindset little bit more, you collect and access to some good websites, and you can give this kind of information. So there is a big role to play in the health renaissance that is happening. Pharmaceutical scientists, oh huge. I am a pharmaceutical scientist. Last 10 years I have developed, I don't know, maybe 40-50 supplement and nutraceutical products, and they are doing wonderful in the commercial area. You can develop like a drug formulation. Here our another resource person is sitting, he is working on developing, he is an R&D person, Lakshmi Shah, develops nutraceutical formulations. The same pharmaceutical formulation, analysis, quality, thought can go into a nutraceutical product. What is the difference? Only it's a nutraceutical and you are not working on amphotericin or paracetamol or some other thing, but you are working on a nutraceutical. Apply the same science that your college and your professors have taught on formulation. If you are a chemist, you are more interested in chemistry, standardize this product, develop analytical techniques to standardize, do stability studies, shelf life studies, contamination analysis. If you are a pharmacologist, Can I write a safety review on published information? Can you sell a nutraceutical product without doing a clinical trial? What your answer? My answer is no need for any clinical trial. There is so much of data on the cloud today. You only need to learn how to search good quality data. You have to be taught. I would recommend all teachers of pharmacy colleges to teach students to do literature search, advanced scientific literature search. If you go and type few known words on Google, 1,600 papers will come out. You don't know how much of it is good, but you must learn how to search. There is a method for that. There is a method to search this word plus this word and not this word in the abstract, in the title, in the content of paper. Like that, there is a systematic method. And please learn that method. And there, what will happen is instead of getting 1,000 publication, you will get some maybe 31 papers directly relevant to what you are looking for. You review all that and write out a short review, and that can help you to decide what claim statement you will allow your marketing guy to make. Because if anybody questions food authority, don't worry, I have this 21 paper, I have written this review, go and submit it. Authority will have to look at them, no? So it is possible. Pharmacologists, of course, if you want to do a clinical trial, you are the guy to develop human intervention studies. There are two differences. Clinical trial is a word normally applied to drugs. In case of food and nutra type of products, it is called human intervention because you are intervening whatever they are eating, isn't it? I said before food, after food, or along with food. So you decide what intervention, how many days, and you can apply the same science and measure the health benefits that are coming out. And lastly, very important, quality assurance. When you do these things, hygiene, prevention of contamination, especially microbiological contamination, is a big issue in food products, including nutraceuticals and these kind of products. So therefore, you can put what kind of GMP, what kind of HACCP I will enforce. So I can go on and on and on. So you've got a feeling of that. My presentation is available. They will circulate to anybody who wants. You go through that. I would not like to. So what's the limit? Sky is the limit. Just like pharmaceutical industry, pharmacists have got a new role, both at the front end of speaking to consumer or making health maintenance kind of products standardized and providing to the industry. So a number of pharmaceutical companies have already started expanding their range to this area because new drug approvals are taking time, fixed dose combinations are getting banned or removed from market. There are other issues, and more importantly, consumers say, "Bhaiya goli mat dena yaar, give me something that I can maintain my health." So there is a shift happening. Penetration of nutraceutical market in globe is increasing. Every country has got some regulation similar to this, and 67% of the market, which include both functional foods and functional beverages. Have you gone to market and bought any electrol like preparations in the recent past? Electrol was formulated by pharmacists only as a granule powder. You were supposed to take it in, add it to 1 liter of boiled and cooled water. Today you get Tetra Pak, same electrol, WHO formula, in orange juice, in apple juice, in so many other, in syrup form, ready to sip. That's the shift. Electrol is a drug. Today you got electrol drinks. That's a nutraceutical, that's a food product. So you see the difference that is happening, and as a pharmacist you can capture the, and for Kerala people specifically I say, you are a God's own country. You are sitting on a gold mine of botanicals. with history of use known in Ayurveda. You can either cultivate specific herbs if you have access to land, or in your own house terrace or nearby area you can lease the land and cultivate them. You can set up small factories to grow these plants or plant and make decoction and powder them and sell it. You can set up small where you standardize, reduce contamination of microbes, treat them, and powders, just sell powders. And tea industry will buy such powders. They want to add to tea and coffee. They want to add it to some other drinks. So if you are one step further, you have a little more money, or you can get little bit loan, and you are ready to take that kind of risk, get into extraction business. Set up a small extraction plant, extract specified herbs, test it for their biomarkers or analytical markers. Today, standardized herbal extracts business is 2,600 crores in India. 1,000 crore worth of standardized herbal extracts are exported annually from India, and scientifically produced extracts have a very good market, because I don't have to create a facility. I will buy a ready standardized product and I will make my capsule or gel or whatever it is. If you are still a better chemist, isolate pure compounds. Lycopene banao, lipin banao, bixin banao, curcumin banao, piperine banao. One plant or two plant is good enough. If you concentrate on that and make some soluble curcumin, dispersible curcumin, more bioavailable curcumin, curcumin oil 90%, just one curcuma which grows so much in Kerala, you can make so many types of products and offer it to industry. So there is an opportunity to think beyond just making drugs, beyond making only synthetic compounds which have its own regulation and challenges. These are little different, these are little bit more. Or if you are wanting, set up a food processing unit and in that add some of these nutraceutical kind of ingredient and enrich fortified food. You can make fortified granules where you have added certain things which will help. Best example that we could do in Unilever when we worked was, you all take this Natural Care Brook Bond Red Label tea, no? It has got 5 herbs added to that. It's a food. It has got 5 herbs added. Many of people call it masala chai. And it has got ginger, ashwagandha, cardamom and 2 more herbs, tulsi. And regular consumption of this tea instead of regular tea, normal tea, improves your immunity. It's a fortified food. You have got such ideas that you can sit and brainstorm, identify, but do a little consumer study, talk to some doctors, talk to some, let's say, healthcare professionals, or talk to some consumers. If I make a product like that, do you think you will take it? If they say, this is a very good idea, I think it will be very good for me, and people will then invest time and energy. And I can tell you, if the idea is good, a 2,500 square foot, 2-floor house is good enough to set up such a factory. You don't need more investment. Only thing is, you will have to tie up with some good setup who will market your product. That's the tough job, but doing it is fine. So lastly, I would say wellness to all of you. If you are low on wealth, you become better. If you are better, become best. And maybe next time I come here, I must see some entrepreneurs. Thank you very much. I will take so much time.
Thank you, sir. Please be seated. Manju ma'am, could you please inquire about the queries to the audience?
Thank you so much, sir. The time we are spending become meaningful if it is a quality time. Thank you so much, sir. I think those students who are interested in industry, nutraceuticals are a good option for them to become entrepreneurs, and we can be the global leaders in nutraceuticals like pharmaceuticals. Now the session is open for discussion. The students can ask your doubts. Please.
Any queries?
Anybody is having doubt?
I think I gave too many bouncers. I think everybody is thinking, what can I do?
See, in this talk, he has informed about the area where you can be an entrepreneur. So, think of that and proceed further. Instead of, after completing your B.Pharm, instead of searching for a job, convert yourself as a job provider. I think no question.
It was very interesting to listen to you how a pepper rhizome replaces the use of paracetamol and using tomatoes as lycopene capsule. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your knowledge and expertise with us. Thank you, sir, for your efforts to convince the government to change the regulations regarding nutraceuticals. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Manju CS to hand over a token of appreciation to the speaker.
Now there will be a small tea break, 10 minutes time, and after 10 minutes you have to be here for the next session. 10 minutes.